Thinking back, there are so many challenges that I've faced, and I couldn't swim to save my life. I remember after high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was even contemplating on getting like a gap year. Once I got into it, I realized that it actually aligns with everything that I'm about. Honestly, it's exciting. All that on its own, oh my word. How many people get to say they work for PFG, the only glass manufacturers in South Africa? Hi everyone, my name is Musa Mathebula. I am an industrial engineer at PFG Building Glass. I am funny, charismatic, humorous. I'm also solutions driven and I'm very focused. I grew up in the Bloemfontein city, which is in Free State. I studied in High School, went on to the Vaal University of Technology. That's where I did my in-service training at PG. That's where I got introduced into PFG Building Glass, and then I later went on to be employed permanently. I stumbled across industrial engineering quite late in my life. I remember after high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was even contemplating on getting like a gap year. And then I applied at the Vaal University of Technology. I applied for IT and also industrial engineering. And then only after I was accepted for industrial engineering did I really get into the whole world of IE, what it's about. And honestly, I feel like it better aligns with who I am as a person, even though I didn't initially go for it or know about it prior to university. Once I got into it, I realized that it actually aligns with everything that I'm about. I'm always curious, always asking questions. It's all about improving, problem solving, and that's who I am. Women are often said to be quite emotional, detail-oriented, strong multitaskers. They are empathetic, and I believe these traits are very beneficial in the engineering environment. As an environment that's very male-dominated, you might find that these are often overlooked. It's always about strategy, it's always about powering through, but that soft side also helps. It's literally the difference between short-term wins and long-term sustainability of anything that you implement whether it's your project, it's the industry, anything. Thinking back, there are so many challenges that I've faced being in the industrial engineering space, especially in a manufacturing plant. One of the biggest challenges that I can think of was asserting myself in a space where I felt like I was maybe underestimated, but not by others, but me literally downplaying myself. I would find that I would have ideas and I wouldn't share them, constantly second guessing myself, but only to hear it being said by someone else and having it accepted. So I think it's been a long journey of me having to assert myself and trust in my preparation, in the work that I have actually put in, and speak up. And one thing that really helped was having a manager who would always back me up. He would give me the platform in meetings with a lot of people who are influential in the many departments. He would give me that platform to present the work that I have done. And so it's really been helpful in helping me get my voice in the industry. My experience at PFG, I would say, was a deeply enriching experience filled with so many projects that were actually rewarding. And one of the projects that I can think of was the decrating process that I did with my entire team, collaborating with the planning department, where we were looking at saving space, cost reductions, transportation. We were looking at the whole supply chain, and it exposed me to a lot. What's exciting about the improvement journey at PFG is you never know what your day is going to look like. The change that it has brought on is one that's driving a change in culture and change in the people. It's so exciting to know that you could go from cascading KPIs with one department to problem solving with another department. There's no telling what it is that you're going to do. It's such a variety of using tools and not only just applying them in theory, but also getting to see their benefits on the shop floor. You are getting to see reviews from people in terms of how are they taking them? What is it that they would like to see? That's what's exciting for me. What the improvement journey, because our vision as the industrial engineering department is to be the problem solvers of choice in PFG side-wide. So it's so exciting knowing that you never know what tomorrow brings, and the fact that my scope of work now spans from all across all the departments at PFG, and having them all pull us in so that we can all just brainstorm in terms of what it is that they need help with applying IE and collaborating. This is now a fusion of so many other departments coming together so that we can see PFG as a business growing. My experience at PFG Building Glass was quite an intriguing one. It had so many projects that I was working on and I was a part of, and it really developed me and molded me as not only an intern in IE but also a future industrial engineer. One of the most rewarding projects that I worked on was a decrating project where I was able to utilize so many of the IE tools that I had learned, like your time studies, your motion studies, your work studies. I was utilizing cost-benefit analysis, all of these tools. It was the one project where I was exposed to the real core of IE, not only just in one department, but cross-departmentally. I was looking at the whole supply chain, and it really got me to be able to look at everything. Utilizing so many of the IE tools that I had learned in school, I have to say my experience at PFG as an IE was one that was so great, because it exposed me to both the strategic side of the business as well as the operational side. What's exciting about working at PFG is, how many people get to say they work for the PFG, the only glass manufacturers in South Africa, and we produce 260,000 tons of glass each and every single year. Not a lot of people are able to say that. One thing I have to say, oh my word, what that's exciting is the actual process of manufacturing glass. The fact that I'm able to work closely with it and see the process from inception, from while it's still just sand, all the way until the truck drives out to the customer. And I remember one time I had the opportunity, I went with one of the warehouse managers in logistics. I was able to go with his team to Shutterproof in Sarankuwa, and I was actually able to see our glass being made into motor trade and turned into like a windscreen, and to see that, wow, this comes from PFG. That's so exciting, because I feel like I'm able to work hands-on with the glass. I'm able to see the whole process, and honestly, it's exciting. All that on its own, oh my word. Being consistent, showing up, and having a hard posture of being teachable, I honestly believe that my ability to lean into the rhythm and the culture of PFG and their way of working, and coming up with a way, or rather coming with the position of wanting to be valuable to the company. That question was constantly on my mind, to say, what is it that I can bring of value? What is it that I can do better than yesterday? I think those are the values that probably set me apart. The advice that I would give to anyone pursuing a career in industrial engineering, I would definitely say stay curious. Problem solving, be curious about why are things the way that they are, and can they be better. Another thing that I would say is industrial engineering is so broad, and honestly that's the beauty of it. You are able to get a job in operations, logistics, quality. That's the beauty of it being so broad. And honestly, change is not just an event in industrial engineering, it's the life of it. That's all we are about. We are about constantly changing and evolving. And also another important thing that I would say, it's honestly all about the people. Respect to the people that are in the process. Ask questions, get to know the people. Be ready to get your hands dirty. All my life, I've always loved swimming, and I couldn't swim to save my life. So recently I took up swimming lessons. So that's one thing that I do outside of work. I also love going out with my family. We love going out for vacations, doing wild stuff. I remember one time we went to the Western Cape to go bungee jumping. Oh, that was so exciting. Hiking trails are our thing, zip lining. I love spending time with my family. I love going to intimate jazz evenings with my best friend, just the environment. I also teach Sunday school on Sundays, so that's yet another thing that I look forward to at the end of my week, being with my kids. One word I would use to describe myself: purposeful. I'm one person who is so intentional about everything that I do, whether it's spending time with my family, being connecting with them, always having those phone calls, staying in touch, as well as my work. I am purposeful about everything that I do. I always want to make sure that I see the value in it. I make sure that I carry it through in the way that I work. I always strive to be intentional in everything that I do, so that I can actually see that I've actually done something worthwhile and I didn't just waste my time.